Hi guys, today we're going to talk about some kind of flattering, subtle sparkle that you can wear this Christmas without feeling like a disco ball. I'm just putting on a little bit of primer oil. This is relatively new. This was sent to me from Pixie, and I'm using it for the first time. I really like this. It's a three-phase product, so you shake it up and it doesn't feel like an oil. It feels like, because I do have oily skin, but I feel like I need a primer these days. That's a really interesting product. Threw it in there just as a, let's try this out while I do this makeup. Not a recommendation yet, but quite enjoying that. Right, the L'Oreal Skin Paradise Tinted Water Cream. I'm going to mix that ever so slightly with a tiny, tiny amount of liquid highlight. This one, the Sleek Highlighting Elixir. This is practically like molten metallic. Look at this. So I'm going to have to be careful because we do not want a lot of this, but just the smallest amount to give the foundation a little bit more of a glow. I really like this Olivia Hale brush. I got it from Home Bargains. I don't know if that's enough product. It's one of the nicest buffing brushes that I've used. Someone asked me the other day what the number of it was. It's just called foundation brush. I don't think there is a number. I don't like a massively heavy coverage, so it's just a small amount of base to even everything out. I'm going to use the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. The colour I have is Biscuit. I don't think this is the right colour for me, truth be told. And now I'm looking through my little, oh, I've got this, okay, my little bag of things. I'm missing my Morphe teeny buffing brush that I like to use for concealer, but I do have this one from Bobbi Brown called the Full Coverage Touch Up. So I am a little bit off concealer at the moment because I find that most of them settle and don't make me look better. That said, I know that I'm pretty fortunate not to have like mega dark under eyes. So really, I often feel like it looks better if I just do the foundation portion of the thing and skip the concealer. The only time that I really want to wear concealer is if I'm going a little bit heavier with my makeup and then I think it looks a bit odd if I've skipped that step. Or if I want to kind of conceal little breakouts or redness. I do have some pigmentation on my face that you might be able to see here. There's some kind of, in a strange formation here that kind of occasionally is darker. And I think because of that, I've just kind of come to terms with, you know, I'm okay with my actual skin showing through my makeup because I'm never going to make it, unless I'm going to go for that full mask-like coverage, I'm never going to make it look perfect. So I think rather than it potentially look worse and look heavy, I'd rather just kind of, this is my skin. I'm still persevering with these little mini Benefit blushes that I bought. A lot of you recommended, not recommended, a lot of you warned that they are not the same formula as they are in the larger size. I'm finding definitely that I need to use kind of a brush that's a little bit more dense, something that's really going to pick up the product, because in a regular, I mean, I am seeing it now. I think possibly there's like a layer or something over the top, because the first couple of times I used almost every one of these, I've been like, very meh, not really enjoying it. But I tend to use something like this, something super fluffy to do my blush. And so I think it just needs to be a denser blush, a denser brush. What is wrong with me today? So I'm using Dandelion, which is just a nice little pink flush. I quite like it, actually. I do enjoy just a very subtle pink. I really like Sex Appeal from NARS for the same reason. Just a little bit of a flush without it really being like, oh, you're wearing blush. Because that's not what this look is going to be about. I'm going to do a little bit of highlight. This is the Milani Baked Highlighter in Dolce Perla. Dolce Perla? I don't know. This colour, it's like a champagne. Really beautiful. I would say, especially for something like this, where we're kind of leaning towards sparkle, this has that kind of sheen glow that I like from a highlighter, but it does have sparkles in it. If you get in direct sunlight, you can definitely see Sparkle City. But in, you know, regular light, it's going to look sheeny, but you know you've got that kind of extra little bit of sparkle. And you can also use this as I mean, you know, teaching you to suck eggs, but you can also wear this as a really pretty eyeshadow, which I've done a lot recently. So this I will definitely be using my fluffy brush with. And I'm going to go maybe a little bit crazy with it. I don't know. Just kind of all over. The aim is like glow without it looking frosty. I have even been known to put it on the end of my nose. Eyes are super easy, and this is my #1 recommendation for the entire video. It's the Urban Decay Space Cowboy eyeshadow, and this is from the, is it Stardust? Are they called Stardust? I'm looking on the packaging and I can't see it anyway, but I think they're called Stardust. There's a bunch of different ones. You can even get a little mini, oh, Moondust? Maybe Moondust. Maybe the palette's called Moondust. I'll link it for you below. But they do come in a palette where you can get a variety of different ones to play with. They're kind of like toppers. This one personally is just, this is the one I think you should get. It's very neutral. There's very, very little colour to it. It looks like there is, but there's not. If you are wearing eyeshadow already, I mean, look, this just kind of picks up a sparkle. If you're already wearing eyeshadow and you put this on as a topper, it's not going to affect how the eyeshadow looks. It's not going to add colour, but it is going to add sparkle. It's just, oh my goodness, just the most beautiful. This lighting is horrible for these swatches. It just makes it look like frost, but it's not. It is not. I'm going to take you out in the sunlight and show you this at the end. I just put this on its own. I mean, over the top of another eyeshadow look, perfect. But I'm kind of going for just a little bit of sparkle and shimmer. Easy, easy. Most of us aren't doing very much this Christmas. We potentially will be going out for dinner. Well, just, you know, anything could happen. But I just think it looks so pretty and it's so easy. It's like, couldn't be easier. You could even put a little bit of it here if you wanted to. You could put it over your lips as a topper. Amazing. Right, I am going to use a little bit of glitter eyeliner, old school. This is from Beauty UK. It's just a gold. I'm not going to go right up against my eyeline because I'm going to smudge out a little bit of powder to do my liner. So I'm going to go kind of slightly higher than, in fact, I'm going to do the powder first. Let's go in that order. I have this little sleek, I'm going to get this in black because this is so handy. I use, it's almost like a cake eyeliner, I suppose. I've never got into gel. I found it too messy and it was just, I couldn't smudge it out very well. But I really, really like a powder eyeliner. So with like a liner brush, really, really thin, I just smudge it along my eyeline and it's the easiest way to define my lash line because I don't have particularly defined eyes. I'm not very dark in colouring. These are microbladed. These are very much fairer than this and they very much need topping up. But I don't like, my eyelashes aren't very dark. My eyebrows aren't very dark. There's not a lot of definition, but I don't want to commit to like a liquid liner every day like I used to do. Sometimes I want it to just be a little bit softer. And if I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, that can seem like a lot. So just a little smudge of dark shadow on the outer edge of my lash line. It's just, this is my like, I don't know why I haven't been doing this for years, but especially as I get older and it's a little bit harder to do liquid liner because my eyes aren't quite as tight as they used to be. I do have hooded eyes as well, so I have less lid space than I used to have. It's so easy. So now I'm going to do the liquid liner just kind of slightly above. I can bring it all the way from the inner corner, but then I don't want to go over where I've just put that shadow. Just want a little bit of extra sparkle nearer to my lashes. I think that would look really pretty underneath as well. I don't do mascara or eyeliner underneath because I think it kind of closes in my eyes a little bit. Unless I'm doing something smoky, then I might do like an outer corner. But I think a gold underneath would look really pretty. I also want to talk about the Collection Glam crystals because these are amazing. These are, like, if you are worried about fallout and you want to wear something glittery on your eyes, you can even do the whole lid in this. This is my favourite colour. It's called La Freak. It's not necessarily the best colour for me, but I love it. They do gold, they do black and gold, they do like a pink, loads of different ones. And it's a really, really good formula. And if you are into the same kind of thing of the Urban Decay, the topper, the kind of sparkle, but you want it to be a little bit less expensive, the Barry M Holographic Eyeshadow Topper is great. Again, this is one that I've got that's like more of a blue. Let me show you what this one looks like. It really doesn't look like a tremendous amount of anything. Like if it's on there, that's like full whack, but blended out, it's just dependent on the light hitting it. So pretty. And this is more like a gel. So again, you can just kind of all over the lid on its own or over the top of something else. And it kind of has that beautiful colour shift, but just sparkle. I love it. Anything that's just a little bit of, as you move, Christmas lights, isn't it? I had to have a little lay down while I was waiting for the glitter stuff to set. And then I remembered I was going to do lashes. So if we're going to do that, we may as well do this at the same time. Noob question. Do you put mascara on if you are doing lashes? I think yes. I think before the lashes, woo, I can't explain quite how much of a noob I am. I'm just going to put a little bit on because I don't want them to be like grey. Just like enough for them to be black, right? Is that the idea? I think that's the idea. So I bought these wispy ones from Boots because I hate applying lashes. And I'm hoping they are kind of pre-cut. They're not massively long, are they? So I'm hoping I can just put them straight on. They're not too long. They're going to be easy. I've decided they're going to be easy. I also don't have any tweezers with me, so wish me luck. I've already like messed up the edge of this lash. How do I get rid of that bit? There we go. Oh, I already know this is not going to go well. Second noob question. Is there such a thing as too much glue? I've gone a little bit crazy maybe. I know I have to wait for them to get tacky now, so I'm going in. I think I need my mirror to be closer to me for this part. I definitely needed tweezers. How do people do this every day? I already think this wasn't worth it. Was this that easy? That was by far the easiest lash application I've ever experienced. So here we are. I mean, I can feel them. I'm very aware of them. I can also see them. I still can't imagine ever doing this every day. I also can't imagine putting on makeup every day though, to be quite honest. It's just not my vibe. But I love it. I love lashes when I put them on. I just can never be bothered, and we'll see how these kind of clean up and whether or not I can, like how many times I can wear them again. We'll see whether or not maybe I could be converted to wearing lashes on a more regular basis. I am very aware with this kind of thing because it happened to me when I used to wear liquid liner very regularly. Like if I did my makeup, I did liquid liner, and I was doing my makeup minimum 5-6 days a week. I then didn't like my face when I wasn't wearing liquid liner. I was talking about this with someone when I talked about plastic surgery recently, and she was saying the reason that she wouldn't want to have fillers and stuff was she used to have lashes all the time, she used to have extensions, and when she stopped doing that, she really struggled with self-esteem and like feeling feminine because she was so used to having those things. And that has come to my mind whenever I've worn lashes that have been not as difficult to apply. Do I want to get used to my face wearing lashes? Because then when I take them off, I'm like, ugh. I remember I've had a couple of occasions of wearing, you know, like semi-permanent lashes before. And every time I have looked in the mirror in the morning with no makeup on, especially after having my brows microbladed, and just been like, my face is so much nicer with nice lashes. I totally get the addiction. Lashes for me, if they were the same thing as microblading, if like once every 2 or 3 months even, I could go and they would look great all the way through to top up, then great. But I'm not that kind of person. They're going to shed, they're going to start looking patchy, and then they don't look that cute. That's why that's not for me. But if it was the same deal, if it was more permanent and they didn't start looking crap like after a week, I could totally get on that bandwagon. But back to my original thought, the reason I don't want to get too comfortable with lashes because I would rather be more comfortable with my own face. So I'm in between lip glosses. I'm really 100% completely obsessed with this one right now. These are the ones from the little Fenty Christmas set. Would recommend. I think this is one of the best Christmas sets that you can buy. This is the Taffy Tease. I've been wearing this a ton. It's just a sheer wash of coral. This is Ruby Milk, and I am putting it on right now for the first time. I'm hoping it's going to be a similar kind of vibe, like sheer. I know this is not the time for gloss because of masks and what have you, but I am such a gloss fan these days. It's just, everything looks better. It's better. I'm angry with myself that I converted to gloss just in time for us to have to wear a mask everywhere, because prior to this, I was all about a matte lip. All about it. Obsessed. Loved a long-lasting liquid lip, and now I'm all about gloss, and it is very inconvenient. But I really, really love these. Ruby Milk is another winner. It's just a little bit of colour, but everything kind of not blends out. Everything's just perfected. It's not a sticky gloss, but it gives... how can I describe it? It always is like, I watch movies and I always think, I was watching The Holiday again the other day, and there are so many times on movies that I think, I look at the women's lips. Eyeshadow always, yeah, okay. And you feel like maybe you could recreate that. But the lips, I always think it doesn't look like they're wearing lipstick. Like whenever I'm drawn to staring at their lips, I'm like, what are they wearing? It looks balmy. It just looks like perfect. I mean, clearly just before every single scene, they're getting that redone and that's why it looks so perfect. But it just looks like a sheen, but it doesn't look like they're wearing a colour. It's just beautiful. And that is what this particular line of lip gloss reminds me of, especially these like the original Gloss Bomb thing. That's nice. I can see the shimmer in it. I prefer these little ones. A little hint of colour, and it's kind of balmy. It kind of looks, I'm looking in the mirror. It doesn't look glossy. It looks like a semi-shiny gloss, a semi-gloss. So balmy. And it kind of gives that vibe that I think I've been searching for my entire life. Of that just perfection, and it couldn't be easier. All about ease, all about ease, all about ease, a little bit of sparkle and glow. This is, I mean, all but for the lashes, but honestly, the lashes were easy. This is like a nice, easy, festive look for those of us who want to make a bit of an effort this Christmas, even if we're not going anywhere, but you don't feel like you're weighed down with a ton of makeup if you are just staying home in your pajamas. This is like fairly light in terms of base. I don't feel like makeup-wise, base-wise, I don't feel like I'm wearing any makeup. This I can feel. This is very much optional. If you are not into lashes, let me introduce you to this. The Lash Sensational Primer. I wear this all the time. A few months ago, I purchased this after so many people told me I needed to try it. I was not a lash primer person. This stuff is amazing. This makes me feel like I'm wearing false lashes. Now, if I was actually going out and doing something, I probably would. I'm looking in here. I do not have, but I would put on a loose powder. Just kind of T-zone here, 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 T-zone, and a little bit here as well, because I like it to kind of, I find that it blurs my pores a little bit, a nice loose powder. So I would do that, and then I would do my Morphe setting spray. If you have not bought a Morphe setting spray yet, what are you waiting for? It is incredible. I believe I am on my very, very last little bit of it, so I'm not going to just spritz it for lols. I'm saving it because it's my fave. But it's a mist, it's an aerosol, it is magic. All of your makeup just kind of like melts together, especially if you don't love the powdery look. I mean, who does? But I'll do the powder and then I do that, and it's just, in terms of kind of, I know that flattering is almost like a dirty word these days, but it still has a place. Flattering is still, it still means something to me. It doesn't mean that you have to wear those things. Like, there is such a thing as flattering makeup. There is such a thing as flattering clothing. It doesn't mean that you can't wear clothing that doesn't fit into that category, because we all do. It doesn't mean that I can't wear blue eyeshadow. Blue eyeshadow is not flattering for me. But sometimes I just want to wear blue eyeshadow. You know? Sometimes I want to wear massive baggy t-shirts because it's comfortable and I like that. It's not necessarily the most flattering look for me, but I still think that word has a place. But as I'm saying it so often through this video, I'm very aware that some people might be like, I get it. But it, you know, that is the world's most flattering setting mist, I'm just saying. Hopefully this was useful. I just wanted to share some things that I really love. Also try some things that I've not tried before. And I will list everything and link it for you in the description bar below. The real takeaway is you really do need to try that Moondust or Stardust. I think it's Moondust from Urban Decay. If you want a little bit of sparkle, you don't want like loads of sparkly things, but you'd like a little bit of a sparkly thing in your makeup kit to occasionally add sparkle. I could now put it on top of this, mix it in, it makes it like a glittery lip gloss. I could put it here, we've got a little bit of glitter as a topper on top of something else on its own. It's so multi-purpose. I think if you were going to buy just one glittery item, that is the one. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!